Hello beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energy in a brand new week of readings. Now, if you remember, I actually did a reading. I started doing a reading and it ended up being a member video about a dream that I had. So if you're interested, please go ahead and see that. Just be forewarned that it was a little bit emotional from my part. It had to do with my parents, and because of that, the readings, with my mother in particular, the readings this week are going to be guided at least by liberation and freedom from past, focusing on love, and I think that's always important. But let's see. Let's take a few cards and see what they want us to really, ooh, few. Okay, so there's a lot of cards. Alright, so I love that. You, the muse, lead your metamorphosis. You are light, so accept and receive. Look at that. This could be a full-on sentence. So if you want to really embrace this week, I'm going to tell you, write this down. You are the muse, so lead your metamorphosis. You are the light, so accept and receive it. Okay, so I love it, and I love all the beautiful light colors up right here to the darker one, which I feel is like a concrete. It's like these are all like, you know, light and flowy, and then it's like focus, right? I really like that. So great message to begin with, to just start the whole week with, right? Nice. Okay. All right, so let's pull some cards for your week, my beautiful ones. Let's see. Well, you know, transformation, metamorphosis. We've got it going, right? Let me see, because I'm all into numbers. We have 3. That's like creativity. 8. The work. 56, 11. 11. An angelic number, right? Or 2, which is High Priestess. You are the light. In other words. And then accept and receive, 6. So, wow. You actually have your 3 and your 6 here, which is absolutely wonderful. It's wonderful. So, what's happening? Transformation. Okay? From the cocoon to the butterfly. Right here. Okay? You're coming out to become more. It's the transition, liberation. And I you know, what did I say? Liberation of the heart? Of course I did. Of course it was. Of course, right? And if you remember and you saw it, I actually said the word liberation, freedom. That's what it's all about, and that's the word that comes in. Of course, this is my mom's deck, so that would come out, wouldn't it? It would. Of course it would. Of course it would. Sorry, I'm just loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving every part of it. So this week is what? About transformation, new beginning, profound change, severing ties to the past, severing ties to hurt and pain and stuff. It's about the loss of something, but it's the loss of things that you don't want anymore. It's renewing. It's a rebirth. It's regenerating. It's becoming a phoenix. Okay. So what would be the block this week? What would cause you, you know, problems? Let's see. The Magician. Willpower and creation. Interesting. Interesting. So, I think we've had this before. Wasn't this last week? I don't know. I'm getting you've already had this before. It's how to apply this new power to your goals might be the problem. The thing is that when you're healing, I'm going to tell you this. When you're healing one part of yourself, when you're transforming. Sometimes it's very harrowing. It's very hard. Like in my member video is healing something with parents, okay? It's a healing. It's a love. It's an opening. It's becoming very raw inside of yourself, outside of yourself, all around yourself. And in those moments, it's very hard to know that this transformation, this moment in time is going to lead to a lot of power. So it makes sense that you can't really do the transforming with the tool using all at the same time. First, you need to transform, you need to heal, you need to let go. Then, after a time, do you start using the tools, the stuff that you let go, and the tools and strength that you've received into the future. So it's not to say that this is a permanent block. It's just say that it might be hard while you're doing some transformation to do both at once. You understand? It's like your focus has to be on healing, transforming, endings of, you know, stuff like that. And then after, when you've done that period of resting and taking care of that, can you start moving forward? Okay? So let's see here. I'm going to go your ground, your crown. So what's your ground here? The Knight of Acorns, action and drive. That is the Knight of Wands. So right now is overcoming this, okay? It's challenging. It's challenging to liberate yourself from things. It is challenging. It's challenging too to let yourself be vulnerable, to let yourself cry, to let yourself meet that halfway and say, okay, I need to go through this. I need to let the floodgates open. I need to cry. I need to think. I need to forgive. I need to love. People say, oh, it's this is why certain people need years and years of therapy, because they have such a tight lock on those things that it's so hard to let go. Okay? And I'm not judging anybody who's in therapy. It's good. You need to talk. If you need to talk to somebody, you need to help, that's fine. As long as you have somebody who's actually helping you through your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, your energy, then absolutely. Okay? That's what you need. But staying years and years on the same thing is, I would say, well, yeah, maybe, look to see how you can unlock this. Okay? You don't want to stay in pain for 10 years. You want to really just heal and keep healing, right? So your crown is the King of Acorns. So you go from, yeah, there's a real alignment with these, because the King is about taking the lead. It's a natural leader. Okay, with a lust for living. So I feel that it's saying that right now you're at the primus part of your life to actually get somewhere. That's exactly what I was talking about. You don't want to stay in the same cycle for years and years. That's what I meant with the seeing a therapist or a psychologist. You don't want to stay in that cycle of rehashing that same moment over and over and over without any movement whatsoever. Not leading it to somewhere, okay? Because that's the definition of going around in circles, and that's nothing you want. You want to look at it, feel it, unlock parts of it, get yourself opened up, and then liberation. And when I mean liberation, you will feel a physical liberation. Every time I've done a few, and I've done a few in the last couple of months, I have to tell you, Pisces, I've gone through a few liberating moments where I really had to, and I always think, oh, this is it, I'm going to be so much better, but then more comes. So there were things that I really held on to tightly, put a lock and key on it, had tight control over those emotions, and they've been almost divulged. The door has been open. They've done it to me through oracle messages. They've done it to me through just, regular things. There's at least 3 major times right now that I've had to go through these things, and you may too. But what happens with that after is that it liberates you. It just kind of, and don't be too worried if it tuckers you out. Yeah. If you suddenly start yawning after these episodes or just need a rest, this is completely normal. Please take the time you need to rest, okay? If you need to rest, rest. Go take a rest. Go take a break, okay? So there you go. Liberation and love. I mean, I can, you know, you guys, it's just that, okay? It's just that. If you were in a member, you just saw me talk about liberation, freedom, love. If the word freedom comes out, we've got the full gambit here, okay? So, love, the 6. Harmonizing with the self. Commitment to well-being. It's choice and trust. And it's choice and trusting yourself, okay? Trusting yourself to know that what you're doing right now is going to lead you to something so much better. Even if it's painful to do. Even if it's hard to go into that kind of emotion. You know that this is going to bring so much to you. It's going to bring so much to you, Pisces. And that's the most important part right now. Okay. There's that 6 again. Okay, so the future. What does the future hold for you right now? Queen of Crystals. Comfort, prosperity. And that's where it is. Freedom, and I should have said peace. Because that's what comes with this. Freedom and peace. Okay? Yes, the upheaval of emotions, the feeling, and everything that brings with it, it then brings peace. It brings you that sense of... It's like somebody who's been breathing shallowly for so long, they don't even realize they're doing it, right? Just little breaths all the time. This is realizing that all those years you've been breathing shallowly and not deeply. Because there was no room to breathe deeply. You liberated the space in your heart. That's exactly what this is. You liberated the space in your heart. And by doing that, you have opened up big rooms and let the air in. Okay? So how do others see this? Six of Shells. Sentiment, joy. They see you clearing out the attic, clearing out the basement of the past. They see you hold on to joyful moments. Find those joyful moments and really hang on to them. In the member video, I showed a picture of my parents at a time where I thought they were the most genuine. They looked the most genuine. They didn't know somebody was taking their picture. And that is by far my favorite picture of them. They're smiling, laughing. They're who I remember in my everyday. And that's what I want to take away with me. That's what I want to feel. That's how I want to remember. That's the love. That's a liberation I want to bring in. I want to let go of all the aches, the pains, the hurts. Okay? Look at all these 6s. 6, 6, 6. And it's not the number of the devil, you guys. 6 is a great number. I think that's why 6 gets such a bad rap, because secretly some people know how powerful it is. Okay? So 6 is about. 6 is also 1 plus 5, 15. It's the number of the devil. Of course it is. Why is it? It's because in that restrictive, in that pain, in all of that is where you find your harmony. That's where you, and it's not by being in pain that you find the harmony. It's by wanting to be out of pain. Okay? These things that hold us down, these cycles of guilt, okay? Until you free yourself, they bog down your energy. They tax your energetic system. And you're going, well, that's not good, Jane. Of course it's not good, but it's there for a reason. What if something was throwing you off, but actually feeding you energy instead? And you didn't know, and it does, okay? It feeds you bad energy. For some people it does, okay? But you didn't know the difference. You couldn't tell the difference. Okay, let me put it this way. Let's say you butted head with a parent. I'm not going to say mother or father because both of mine I had problems with at one point. But you don't deal with it. You don't deal with it. You don't deal with it. And it becomes something that just lives with you. It's always taxing your system. No matter how happy you are, that point in your life is always taxing your system. Because it's always there in the shadow somewhere roaming. That's the devil. That's the restriction. That's the cycle that keeps repeating. That triggers you for other things. Okay? But in that, and a lot of people say, the devil isn't our friend. Nope, he's not our friend. But he's definitely on the radar to let you know that he isn't your friend. So what do you have to do? You have to find out. You have to look at it. You have to deal with it. You have to change it. You have to break free from it. And that's the grateful thing about it. Because if it vibed at a wonderful energy level, how would we ever know that it needs to be out of our lives? But we know it's not vibrating. Even the thrill of doing something bad, you know at one point, I swear to God, even if you do something that's like an addiction of some sort, there's a point in your life, and I've been here, okay? There's a point in your life where there is an energetic vibe that's telling you, you know this isn't okay. You know this isn't okay. You know this is going to leave you empty and bereft. There's going to be gaps. There's going to be big empty spaces here. You know it. You know it. And sometimes you choose to ignore it because right now that feels good. But you know it's going to come crashing. That is definitely the spaces you need to look at. I've dealt with a lot of those. The things that feel good but are not good for you. I know them. It's not that I fixed them, but I know how to recognize them. It's the thing that have hurt me in time that I'm still fixing. Those things that I think I couldn't fix because either the people have left or have passed away and I can't change or say to people what I thought. But you know, there are ways to fix that. There are ways to help yourself. And it's through spirit. It's through talking to them. They're still with you. Okay? So you're bringing back, what you're doing is synergy and gratitude. You're grateful for the opportunity to liberate yourself and free yourself. Okay? Others see you as dealing with your past. You're seeing as bringing balance back into your life. I love the way there's 2, 2, and 2. It keeps coming back in. Okay, so let's look at your hopes and fears. King of Feathers, and it came in reverse. It's logic and justice. And you know what I'm going to tell you about what the words are there? It's less about the mind and more about a vibration. Because if you, this is looking above, but in reverse it's not looking above. In reverse it's telling you it's time to put the things that have kept you in that prison cell of hurt which is all the time the mind. In essence, it's almost like the Page of Swords telling you, you know, well, they did that to me, and they did that to me, and all this time they did that to me. It's about what was done to you. And you forget all the good stuff. You forget all the happy moments. It becomes like a vendetta of some sort. They were out to get you. They were out to specifically hurt you. There was an agenda. They wrote it down. They woke up in the morning and said, how can I hurt Jane? Not true. Most of the time they were actual victims of their own upbringing, their own lives. Sometimes they had so much to deal with in their own lives that it just kind of spread around to everybody around them, but I don't really think they woke up with an agenda. And if there was love, maybe they just didn't know how to love, okay? You have to remember that a lot of people know that it's love, they don't remember how to love, or they don't know how to work that love so that other people feel that love. I think that sometimes my kids don't take enough care of themselves. They don't, walk around enough, and I'm scared for their health. And I tell them. I used to tell them. But I changed that just recently. And it sounds so much better. And I'm only offering it so that if you want to do the same with somebody that you love, that you phrase it this way. I think it sounds so much better. I tell my kids, I love you, right? They go, yeah. I said, I want to know how you took care of yourself today. Because you're precious to me. I want to know how you took care of yourself. And you know what? They realized that I put the ball not only in their court to take care of themselves, but I want to know about how they took care of the people that I hold precious to me. You notice how different that sounds? I'm grateful to my parents because they didn't teach me that. They made it sound like a judgment all the time. That wasn't really my mother. My mother just let it happen. My father was very judgmental. And from him, I have learned a new way to be a better adult parent to my kids. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everything. This isn't about the way things should be, or you feel the way, stuff has to happen. It's the way you can put more love into it. It tells them I'm still concerned, but it also tells them how much I care about them. You're always working on yourself, and you're working on a relationship with others, always. In the end, 10 of crystals, stability, and is it attainment? Attainment, wow. Attaining that part of yourself. We'll just do it's a 10 of pentacles. It's the big, yes, it's the big, I have reached that pinnacle of freaking awesomeness. Okay, let's just call it that. Achieving wealth or freedom. And there's freedom. There's the word of freedom. Okay? That's what my 10 of Pentacles mean. So all of this is liberation through love. Freedom, liberation through love. This is what this week is. This is what it means. This is what it's going to be for you, my beautiful Pisces. And if you feel it, it's going to give you a really great jolt. Like they said, it's going to make you feel lighter. You're going to feel more joy. And, look at a joyful people. They become the muse to people. So you are the muse to lead your metamorphosis. And you are the light. So accept and receive. The 6 of crystals is the 6 of pentacles. I said that, right? There it is. It's right here. Okay? You're going to be, I accept, I receive, I'm balancing this out. Like I said with my kids, I want you to take care of yourself. How did you take care of yourself? How were you good to yourself today? How did you care for yourself today? I want to know. Doesn't it sound wonderful? I think it sounds wonderful. Yeah. When you see somebody who's abusing and, kind of hurting their, you know that they have health and they, you feel like they should be doing more. You should look at them and ask them that question. How did you care about yourself today? The person that I love. How did you care for you? I want to know. Did you give it all the care you could? Could you give yourself more care? Because it's important for me to know. So I'm going to ask you, Pisces, how are you going to care about yourself this week? Because I really, really want to know. I want you to be the happiest you can be. Are you stopping yourself from going into the same old stuff, round and round in circle? Are you going to give yourself a minute to sit and relax and feel good? Because I want to make sure that you're caring about yourself. That's it for me for today. It's been a very emotional day for me to do readings, first the member one and this one, but very much worth it. It brought in so much synergy, synchronicity, and a lot of lightness of being. A soft touch, a very soft touch. And I will come back and do an extended tomorrow, probably in about half an hour for me here, but for you tomorrow. And I hope I see you there. Take good care of yourself, my beautiful Pisces. Until later, bye for now.